Okay, so I guess we are live now. My name's Christian. I have never done anything like this before, not like a video guy or anything like that, but I live in Olathe, Kansas. I just felt like I should start making videos. I have two businesses. One is a design agency that focuses on like startups and tech companies, SaaS businesses, and the other one is just kind of like a tool, client dashboard for design agencies. I don't think I should do any cuts on these videos. I think I should just kind of let them run. I'm gonna try not to make any edits or anything like that. So this will probably sound really stupid, but yeah, just felt like I should start documenting and posting kind of my wins and losses and the things that I did that day or today, I guess, if that makes sense. Sometimes I just have like some random thoughts, and I have a journal that I typically write in, but I don't know, I thought it would be cool to put it out there. Maybe it helps someone else avoid some mistakes that I make, or whatever the case may be. But just kind of a quick background. Like I said, I live in Olathe, but I grew up in Lawrence, Kansas. Played football up till college, and then I quit. I started making music instead, which probably not the best life choice, but I had been making beats for a while, so I felt pretty confident enough that once I quit football, I'd be able to, do something with music. And so that obviously did not work, but I made a lot of beats for, people in the Kansas City area. I moved to Olathe, which is like a suburb of KC, in like 2012, and then made beats all the way until 2023. I don't really make beats as much anymore, but every once in a while I do. I'm just really focused on trying to get both of these businesses in a place where I just feel comfortable. I just like never feel comfortable ever with like how much money that I have, and I feel like I'm always falling behind. Even though things are good and things are okay, I just always have this fear that it's just gonna disappear. So it's hard for me to kind of sit in the moment, because I'm worried I'm gonna fall behind. Like, prices for everything keeps going up. I don't know. It's just like I feel like I'm getting left behind when I'm not working. So I have pretty much been at my computer after work since I was like 17. Whether it was music or making graphics or websites for people. This is kind of what my life is, which is work all day and then come home and build stuff. I like building stuff. So once I started making beats, I started making graphics after that. In like 2018, 2020, I started making websites for companies, and 6 years into actually having a business, really focusing on like tech and startup companies. And so I've been designing so many websites though, and now you have tools like Claude that you can start vibe coding stuff and making internal tools. So that's what SuperTrek is. It's just basically a one and all for people who are designers or agencies that want to handle a project from lead all the way to project completion. It has a proposal builder built in, basic project management. But that's kind of what I'm working on now. And so those are kind of my two goals right now. And I felt like I would just kind of tell you guys what I do every day, and I don't know, maybe it'll help somebody. But I have one client that is like the majority of my income, which is not ideal for anybody. Like, what happens if this what happens if the partnership ends? What happens if, for some reason the owner wanted to close the business? I would be like, fuck. And there's just like no way to get around that. And so even though the partnership's cool, even though everything's fantastic, it's not ideal for me to just have most of my income dependent on this one, big client. And so, what I'm trying to do is keep that relationship. I love where I'm at with this partnership, and everything's fantastic. It's really smooth, but I'm just nervous, like, they could fire me. They could just be like, hey, we're good. We're going to replace you. And like, then what am I going to do? So I've been trying to, after I put in my work for them all day, I try to find clients, and, I've been doing this long enough where I don't want to just do anybody. Like, I really am looking for, founders of tech companies who, something that's realistic, but, something where you can tell they're really trying to build and make something meaningful. And those are the types of projects that I'm trying to be a part of. And I've just been trying to be more selective about who I'm approaching, and like when it comes to prospecting. And so, with that, I spend, a good chunk of the evening just going through LinkedIn, and I started off trying to look for founders, but now I'm just trying to go to like investors who have portfolio companies, because like then if I have a relationship with them, I don't really need to go to those founders for each one of those companies if I have a referral, and a good partnership with, the investment company that has all these portfolio companies and access, and could nudge me their way if they ever needed some type of design work. And so that's who I'm looking at on LinkedIn, but I'm still looking at tech founders too, and reaching out to them directly. And that's most of my time right now. And it's just trying to, I have 3 tech projects. I've helped one business raise $1.5 million in 2022. So, I've got experience. I've been doing this for a really long time. My problem is I get really distracted with doing new things. So like if I'm working and then I just want to make music, it's really easy for me to just want to start making music, or it's easy for me to want to switch tasks from maybe, a feature that I'm building out, but then I want to, I get an idea, so I want to start something else, and it keeps me from being consistent, which seems to kind of be like the theme of my life. Is I get so excited with the build, and then when it comes to actually doing the thing, like once I have it all set up, I'm like, cool, I'm ready to build the next thing. I get like brought down by having to constantly do the work after that. Like, I just wish I could build constantly, and it just sucks, I don't delegate to people, which I probably should. I'm worried about quality, and I'm worried that someone's not going to be able to, meet the standard that I think when it comes to working with businesses. And so it scares me to try to hire somebody, which I know probably everybody goes through that and you have to get over it, but it's hard. And I know I need to delegate more, but then it's like, man, do I even have enough money to pay somebody if they needed, or if I needed a person to help me? It's like, damn, I don't fucking know. So it's like a weird transition phase for me, and it's not like I'm making, tons of money at this agency or anything like that. It's just, I don't want to be dependent on just one person for income. That's crazy. That's wild. So that's kind of what I do for half the evening after work. The rest of the evening, I work on SuperTrick. I have obviously the agency that I do this client work with. I migrated them to this platform so I can get kind of like an idea of how it works, all the bugs, what people like, what they don't like. And then I have 2 buddies just from working together that I was like, hey, can you try this? So, I can say I have like 4 or 5 users, but they're all people I know. They're all, you know, relationships that I've had. So I don't have anybody, you know, I don't have any strangers that are testing it, but okay, my screen totally went blank. What was I saying? Oh yeah, SuperTrike. Yeah, so I just have these people that I know that are using it, but outside of that, um, I don't know. I'll probably just let this agency that I work with just really go through it. There, you know, there's client work there, so I can really get a chance to see how it works, and then after a month, I feel like I'll be confident enough to actually, you know, try to send it out to strangers. And so these are kind of the two things that I'm working on, and it's really not ideal to try to build two businesses at the same time. You know, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't recommend it. But sometimes when you just get an idea, you just feel like you have to do it. And I feel like now's the best time to do it with, you know, Claude and all these tools that help you make apps. And that's always been a barrier for me to even more money in my businesses. I haven't been able to build apps, and even being able to build like a prototype with Claude or something, it accelerates, you know, how fast you can do it, and also helps you save money. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. And eventually, like, I would love for a developer to like rebuild it the right way. I don't know if that is even a thing, but you know, I don't want to just rely on AI, but I do think for now to kind of have something that's in use is good, and you know, hopefully I can get some feedback. So but yeah, that's what I did today. I built a new homepage for you know, an existing client in Figma, which is weird because it seems like I never even opened Figma. It seems like 80% of what I do is fucking admin work, and then the rest of it is design, which is so crazy. But yeah, actually got a chance to get in, design something on Figma. Went on a 4-mile walk around the lake. I try to do it every day because I gained hella weight. I was pushing like 250 at the end of April, which is crazy for me. I've never been more than like 200 pounds. And so also like just not being active and sitting in this chair is not good. So just been trying to lose the weight. I'm down like 18 pounds. So I'm at like 232. But yeah, so I've just been trying to walk around this lake over here, and yeah, it's just been fucking hot as fuck. Been out there sweating my ass off. So went out there today, came home. After I got done with work, I go to the lake every day, and then came home, and what did I do? Oh yeah, we went and got food. Me and my girl went and got food, and then we went and got some like Chinese food from this place off the corner, and then we came home, and oh yeah, I passed the fuck out. I was hella tired. I don't really sleep well. Like right now, it's like almost 1 o'clock, and I just have a hard time going to sleep before 4 o'clock, which has been a thing for like 8 months now. I just get like this whole surge of energy around like 10 o'clock, and then I am up, and then after that it's like hard not to play Battlefield for like an hour, and then I go to bed at 4. It's just not good. I just can't stay consistent, and it's like a huge problem for me. Anyway, I'm sure that was fucking horrible to watch and awful. This is my first video ever. I've never done anything like this. It's fucking weird just looking at myself on here. So I promise they'll get better. But, you know, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I've got another video for you to watch tomorrow. So peace out.